The activities planned for the week, including the Innovation Fair and the Sustainable Innovations Conference, provide a platform for meaningful exchanges that can drive real change. At Powerland Project, we are committed to supporting such endeavors and look forward to potential collaborations that amplify our collective impact. Working together can unlock vast opportunities for African youth and create a brighter, more sustainable future. We extend our best wishes for a successful event and look forward to hearing about the innovation solutions and collaborations that will emerge from this gathering. Congratulations once again, and may this Research and Innovation Week be a resounding success. Thank you.
Very well. I guess the speaker's lineup was very intentional, and here's why I say so. It's because comparative to men, there are still a few women in tech. And even this next speaker is a woman in tech. And ladies, you want to be interested in this one because we believe that anything a man can do, a woman can do. Cynthia? Yes, so we want to inspire more ladies to be able to take up these opportunities in technology. Irene Githinji, based in Kenya, is currently Education Engagements Lead at Africa Development Center at Microsoft, bringing experience from previous roles at Solution Limited, AI Tech Africa, and many others. Irene holds a 2010 to 2013 bachelor's degree in development studies at the Catholic University of East Africa. Of course, her education, as I've mentioned, she's the Education Engagements Lead at Africa Development Center at Microsoft, and so many other experiences that she's gained working still at Microsoft and the National Council for Population Development. Put your hands together for Irene Githinji.
Our chief guest, CS Rebecca Miano, Board of Trustees, Chancellor of Zetech University, Vice Chancellor Professor John Munene, Council members, University Management Board, Zetech University Senate, CEOs, sponsors, partners, delegates, students, and members of the Fourth Estate, good morning. I'm pleased to be here today as part of the Innovation Week by Zetech University, looking at the theme, Innovate, Disrupt, Regenerate, Unleashing the Transformative Power of AI for a Circular Economy. My goodwill message today will focus on harnessing AI for sustainable growth and what we see as the future of AI in sustainability. When we look at sustainability, Sustainable Development Goals by the UN, the 17 goals and 169 targets, form the basis of what countries are looking for in terms of development. Looking at sustainable cities, eliminating poverty, quality education for all, artificial intelligence can be a great disruptor and motivator to addressing these needs. AI has in the past 2 years made significant changes in healthcare, education, and climate change. With this Innovation Week, we look forward to seeing the majority of the projects, programs, and innovations created by young people in areas that will support sustainability in our economies, especially in the African context. Some of the areas that we would like to see and looking forward to building as academia and industry is looking at ethical AI development. How can we work together with academia on ensuring that the products, the solutions, and the projects that we build with AI are ethical and have ethical considerations? Investment in research and development. Research and development is a key driver to sustainable growth and how artificial intelligence can be used in the different industries. We look forward to seeing how we can collaborate more closely on these areas. The third area is skills and education. Skilling is a huge component in understanding the power of artificial intelligence, building artificial intelligence innovations, and how can we continue to do that is through the partnerships that we have with academic institutions. In areas of education and skilling, we look forward to partnering more on curriculum development, on skills development for the youth and for the faculty, as this is a great way to ensure that there's continued sustainability and building of products for Africa by Africa. And then lastly is looking at regulatory frameworks. As governments, industry, academia, what are the frameworks that we need to put in place to ensure that as we continue to build and harness the technology and the power of AI, we have frameworks that govern how we use these technologies and the extent that these technologies can have impact to the society. At Microsoft, we are pleased to be at the forefront of the innovations in AI, and we look forward to further collaborations with universities on the innovations and the impact that they have on the youth. As part of Microsoft AI for Good Lab, we do a lot of work looking at the future of work, sustainability, and also research in some of the areas that are quite pertinent in the African context. We are delighted to be part of partners with Zetech University, and we look forward to closer collaboration on some of the key findings in the research and innovation that will come out this week. Thank you and congratulations on a successful engagement.
And that marks the end of the goodwill messages from the partners who are here with us. Now we engage another gear. Honorable CS, still riding on established protocol, I'd now like to invite key partners who are here with us. And this one is my boss at Nation Media Group. Kenneth Oyola is an accomplished business leader with over 2 decades of deep general management, operation, and commercial experience gained across multiple geographies globally. His industry experience spans e-commerce, broadcast media, fast-moving consumer goods, FMCG, telecommunications, software, and manufacturing concerns. Between 2016 and 2018, Kenneth was involved in founding a technology startup, leveraging technology and his innate understanding of the consumer with the aim of addressing the unmet need of connecting household with domestic help. He later led the commercial organization of subscription-based digital broadcast services across 6 East African countries in deepening distribution and uptake of services. He attended, and I will have a problem if I don't say this, he attended the University of Nairobi. If I don't call it like that, I will be receiving emails after this. On a light note, ladies and gentlemen, please help me to invite my senior at Nation Media Group, Kenneth Oyola, to come and give his remarks. He is the Chief Commercial Officer there. Asante. Karibu. Karibu sana.
Sorry about that. The chief guest, the CS, Rebecca Miano. It's good to make your acquaintance again. I think we keep connecting time and again. The Chancellor, Zetech University, the DVC Academic Research, Student Affairs, Professor Alice Chiguina, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, and students, good morning. It is really a great honor to be here today at Zetech University's Innovation Week. As I made the drive here, it was a very nostalgic drive because in the 90s, I was a student across at Mangu High School, and because many of us came from really far-flung areas, we couldn't go back home during the midterm. So we would wander through these fields to make our way to Thika, and most of this was coffee plantations. So coming through here today, many years later, and because I passed through this road multiple times, but I've never taken the side road to come here, that was really nostalgic, and coming to see what you have here is really commendable, and I must congratulate you for what you have here. As mentioned, my name is Kenneth Oyola, and I serve as the Chief Commercial Officer at Nation Media Group. And we're really honored to be the official media partners for this remarkable event. I really wanted to share a few thoughts from my heart on how artificial intelligence and the principles of a circular economy can be able to drive sustainable innovation. We all know that innovation is really at the heart of progress, and through history, every significant leap that has happened has been driven by individuals and organizations willing to challenge the status quo. And I must congratulate Zetech University for stepping out to challenge the status quo and to take this to the next level. We all know what AI is doing today, and I'm going to be giving some really brief practical examples of how at Nation Media Group we're using AI and the circular economy to transform how we do things. We all know, despite all that's happening with AI, great power comes with great responsibility, and that's one of the things that I'm going to be calling out to the students and the faculty here. First off, I really wanted to share a few thoughts about what we could be able to do, and there are about 5 thoughts that I wanted to leave with you. The first is about optimizing resource use. I was privileged for about 6 years to live in London, and as part of that, we had to recycle our waste. And we recycled our waste 3 times. There was vegetable waste, and there was plastics and cans that can be recycled, and there was a third set of waste. Now, 9 years later, Madam CS, I still recycle my waste in the hope that there's going to be better policy that enables that waste when it gets to that chokora to be able to pick it and recycle it easier. What I do, which is very simple, is the waste that I want recycled, I put it in a clear bag so that when it gets to the dump site, they're able to see this is clear and clean, and it gets there. And it is part of me doing my part and hoping that we are all doing our parts to make sure that we're driving optimizing of resources. Of course, also at Nation Media Group, we have our copy sales. Much of our products have moved into the digital space. But one of the challenges, because I look after distribution and circulation, is what do I send out as newspapers and what then comes back, which is what doesn't get sold. And today, a team under me are investigating and using AI and looking at the data to be able to do a better prediction of what we send out there so that the returns are less. And in that way, we're being kind to the environment. A second area that we could think about when you talk about AI and the circular economy is about enhancing recycling processes. If you think about this, one of the things that has been said, and I've heard it many times, that in most of our mother tongues, and maybe you can ask your neighbor if there is a word for recycling. I have heard that there's hardly a word for recycling, and as a result, it is said that many of the times we use and we just dispose. But the challenge that I want to give to the young generation that is coming after us is how do we find better ways using technology and AI to make sure that we are enhancing our recycling processes. I was privileged in the past to head up the region for Nokia as a general manager for East and Southern Africa. Later on, when I moved to London, being part of a product team that was designing different products. And I remember 2 big things that we did. One of them, for those of you who remember Nokia during its heydays, had a charging cable that was about 1.5 meters long. Do some of you remember who were that old or not? One of the simple things that we did was to reduce the length of that cable. By reducing that length of that cable to 50 meters, you can imagine the millions of phones that we were selling out there, multiplied by that number of 1 meter, and that was what we were removing from putting out in the environment because the life cycle of a phone was that long. The second decision that we made was we realized that we were able to make our packaging more compact. And in making our packaging more compact, you can imagine the thousands of tons of a box that after you have removed the phone goes into the waste environment. Now those are simple things that you could be able to do, and today I believe that in thinking through this a little bit more for the generation that is coming on, we're able to think to get better solutions. The fourth piece was about designing for circularity. You've heard before, and we know today that there's an Uber and there is an Airbnb, which basically uses machines and AI to predict you are here and you're able to get this ride, and in that way save quite a lot. In my previous world, we realized that we needed to connect maids to houses, and for 2 years when I ran a business, we matched a maid and somebody who was looking for an opportunity very simply using technology and nobody having to move with the right resources. Of course, in doing that, we also know there's compute power, and we're trying to think about how better to utilize the compute power. The final area that I wanted to challenge you about is about the consumer behavior insights. Today, those of you know you could be able to read Nation.Africa or Business Daily online. Plugged behind those websites is an AI tool called Zia. So Zia is able to predict what you are reading and what you normally read, and as a result, you'll find that we are serving you the materials that you're reading, and as a result, we're saving on the compute power that will get you going to search for stories. Those are simple things that we are already doing today. Nation Media Group will recognize the critical role that media plays in this ecosystem. Our editorial environment and sustainability desk, as well as the technology desk, for which Brian is part of, are really deeply steeped into research and giving perspectives through our multimedia channels that are shaping conversations nationally and globally. As official media partner of this event, we're really committed to amplify these important conversations coming out of today. We believe that by highlighting success stories like some of those that are going to be told here and disseminating knowledge and fostering dialogue, we can inspire more individuals and organizations to join this movement. So finally, to the students who are here today, you are the innovators, disruptors, and generators and regenerators of tomorrow. The skills you're developing and the ideas you're nurturing have the potential to create a better, more sustainable future. Embrace the power of AI, but always remember to use it responsibly. Innovate with purpose, disrupt with intention, and regenerate with a vision for a circular economy that benefits all. In closing, I would like to thank Zetech University for hosting this event and providing a platform for such a critical discussions. Let us all commit to harnessing the transformative power of AI to build a sustainable and a regenerative world. Thank you very much.
All right. I hope his presence here underscores our commitment towards amplifying your stories as best as we can. And I hope you all of you find an opportunity to come over so that we tell your stories on Takeover. And please, we hope to see you next week also on 15th and 16th at the Scale Up Africa Summit. Before we engage the next gear, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to appreciate corporate sponsors, partners who've made this possible. Honorable CS, with your permission, allow me to start with the Plantation Nation Media Group, where I work. Nation Media Group, the big delegation, apart from my boss, the big delegation. I've seen Duncan somewhere. Please, Nation Media Group. Allah? Yes, it's allowed. Safaricom PLC, there's a representative from Safaricom PLC. There you go. And those who are not here, we will appreciate with half a clap. Half a clap is just one, like that. Sawa sawa. The Kenya Climate Innovation Center, KCIC representatives. Okay. Yes, like that. Aya. Absa Bank. Thank you. Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry. This one now deserves more claps, not just one. Paid. Aya. ICT Authority. Okay, sawa. Microsoft. Meta Club. WEEE Center. Japanese Society for Promoting Science. Seems to have had a big representative. Okay, great. Let's see you wave, sir. There you go. Global Tourism Resilience Center. Representative, there we go. Konza, Silicon. Konza. Half a clap for them. There they are. Don't be afraid. Be as confident, eh? Don't be afraid. Melsam Caterers and Events. Melsam, if you have a representative, we need to recognize you. Melsam. Mount Kenya University. Mount Kenya University representatives, if you're here. Sawa. Murang'a University. TechVin Limited. TechVin Limited, if you're here. TechVin, half a clap for them, ladies and gentlemen. Envision Tech, Envision Technologies, half a clap. Dream Educators, Dream educators, where are you? Half a clap. Ecotourism Kenya. Ecotourism Kenya. Half a clap. Thika Power. Great. The independent power producers. Yes. Thank you. Kenya Jump Rope. Kenya Jump Rope. Half a clap. AgroPlus. AgroPlus. Half a clap. Peupe Tech. Peupe Technologies, if you're here, we want to appreciate you. Half a clap. Agri Nutrition. Agri Nutrition, if you're here with us. Farming Wonder. Farming Wonder, if you're here. Half a clap. And lastly, Green Pencils. Pencils. All right, now let's give a warm, hearty clap to them. Let's give them a 5 factorial. Sindio? You know the 5 factorial? Ile 5, 4, 3, 2, alafu tunamalizia na moja. Sindio? Aya, twende. Bado. Are you ready? We start. Aya, start. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Bas. Hiyo ya mwisho ilikuwa ni yenu. Ladies and gentlemen, we now want to escalate the conversation at a university managerial level, and this is where it gets a little serious. It's now that time to hear from the leadership of the university, just as I've alluded. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Vice Chancellor of Zetech University, Professor Dr. Njenga Munene J, to come and give us his opening remarks. Karibu sir. Let's appreciate Professor.
Thank you very much, MC. You have made my work very easy by acknowledging the partners. Our chief guest, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, Honorable Rebecca Miano, EGH, the Chairman BOT, Engineer Ken Mbiuki, the other members of BOT present, Professor Susan Alfano, our Chancellor, the DVC and Chairperson of the Organizing Committee, Professor Alice Njuguna, Zetech University Council Representative, Dr. Kosure, members of the University Management, our partners, all who have been acknowledged, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, students, researchers, industry partners, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. It is my pleasure to welcome you for this 6th conference with the theme of Innovate, Disrupt, Regenerate, Unleashing the Transformative Power of AI for Circular Economy. So a few of the old men refused completely to have the AI. So I'm hoping that we don't have that resistance, that we appreciate the immense capabilities that AI has. The other day I attended a meeting in Mombasa, and we are using ChatGPT just to show how resilient it is. And we requested it to generate information on a particular topic. And it took exactly 3 minutes. And it had everything: introduction, it had a heading, introduction, the body, how to do this, and including conclusion, in exactly 3 minutes. So I think, to me, this is great potential. We'll deal with the ethical issues as we go. It is a powerful tool that can help us address some of the most pressing challenges of our time, from resource scarcity to waste management, which the nation has talked about, to climate change and economic inequality. A circular economy seeks to create a regenerative system where resources are reused, remanufactured, and recycled. This paradigm shift requires us to innovate continuously, disrupt outdated practices,